is staying. 2 years, $28 million. He was 5-2 as a starter last year, and he actually looked good. Had cut the turnovers down, was playing winning football with Sean Payton there as the head coach and the play caller. Now Sean Payton's out. Dennis Allen is in. And Mike, Judy, and Mark are back with me. Mike, as we said, the Saints were in on Jameis. We woke up, on Deshaun Watson. We woke up Friday morning. It was down to the Saints and the Falcons. The Saints didn't get him. Now they turned to Jameis, which is, I think, before the whole Deshaun thing happened, what we thought would probably happen a couple of months ago.
Yes. Well, Sean Payton gone, but Pete Carmichael, remains as the offensive coordinator. And one of the things we heard repeatedly over the entire Sean Payton tenure when Carmichael served as his offensive coordinator was, you guys don't give enough credit for what he does there. And I know a lot of the focus is on Payton. So it's a system that you expect to remain somewhat the same. And here's a guy that knows it. Yes, he's coming off the ACL, which is obviously a huge factor. But, why not turn to the guy that knows it the best? It was an ACL that happened at least early enough in the season that you think week one is certainly a strong possibility for Jameis Winston here. So the Saints turning to him. 2 years, $28 million. It's kind of like a weird contract, right? It's kind of in between we'll give you a 1 year for you to come in and kind of just hold the starting job till whoever's ready to go. And it's not starting quarterback money. So it's a good kind of in-between contract as far as $14 million per year, 21 of that 28 guaranteed. So Jameis Winston going to get another chance to say, hey, I'm your long-term solution in New Orleans. And they were, Mark, playing pretty well with him at the helm to start the season last year.
Yeah, I think this is a win for the Saints and for Jameis. And as you mentioned, the money's okay there, but he was playing well and he was getting better. And this continuity will help Jameis. As we know, the ups and downs in the past, but this continuity will help him with Pete Carmichael's offense via the Sean Payton offense. Still have playmakers there, Alvin Kamara, hopefully Michael Thomas coming back. But you have to look at this also in the landscape of, all right, well, it's not like the AFC where we keep talking about all the top talent over there. In the NFC, all right, you've got Tampa. We know, and Tom Brady and the Rams will be back. Green Bay's a little bit diminished there with Devontae Adams going, but Aaron Rodgers there. So when the Saints are looking at the total landscape of, okay, who do we have to beat? Who do we have to compete with? Certainly the Bucs in their division, but just the overall getting into a wild card spot or making noise in the playoffs. We saw how good they were last year as a team with playing with four different quarterbacks. Now, hopefully if Jameis stays healthy and plays throughout the whole season, the Saints really could be a team that you're looking at in the mix just because the NFC is not nearly as strong right now looking at it as the AFC is. So I like this for all involved, Judy.
I do too. Mike was saying this is sort of an in-between contract. Well, this is sort of an in-between move here. The Saints get a guy who is familiar with their system, who played well for them. He can come right in and pick up where they left off. It's not a blockbuster. It's not Deshaun Watson, but this is maybe the second best option for the New Orleans Saints. And I couldn't agree with you more. Given the diminished state of the NFC right now, the Saints have to be looking at their roster and looking at the fact that Jameis Winston, again, comes in and picks up where he left off. There's no learning curve. They have to be looking at this and saying, hey, we could be the top wild card. I mean, maybe you're not getting past Tom Brady and the Bucs, but they're going to be in a very good position to get a very good playoff spot, again, because the NFC has had such a talent drain this offseason that the Saints are in a pretty good position. I like this as a landing spot, certainly for Jameis to continue his career resurrection. And for the Saints, a pretty good fallback plan when they lost out on